Good afternoon, Board of Directors. I'm Haley, and my colleagues and I are here today as activists representing the customer base of your company, Best Buy, and Ocean Conservancy, a non-governmental organization focused to mobilizing passionate people about the ocean into action. Through our efforts, we have collected almost 250 million pounds of trash from the oceans and promoted legislation to conserve our oceans. We are here regarding the technology industry's role in water pollution and the industries that are affected by this pollution, as well as the pollution's role in the lives of the wildlife that we at Ocean Conservancy work so hard to protect. As many of you know, the world's oceans have become severely polluted due to the industrialization of humans' lives. Humans are at fault for this ever-changing pollution, but we are also responsible and capable of preventing it.
There are many things that Best Buy can do as a company to prevent your contribution to this water pollution, and in turn these things will benefit the community around you, which according to your mission statement, we recognize is extremely important to Best Buy. We admire your environmental focus, stating that we are committed to managing our impact on the environment, along with future goals towards implementing even more sustainable efforts. We have prepared a few recommendations for Best Buy to consider initiating into their everyday practices, which can help to decrease your contributions to polluted water and in the long run both increase Best Buy's profitability and reputation. And due to this dedication to sustainability, we feel that you, as leaders of the technology industry, have it in your power to emphasize the importance placed on sustainability in business as well as the conservation of the oceans.
First, we would like to discuss what we have recognized as the positive efforts that Best Buy has already taken towards a more sustainable planet. Things that should not go unnoticed. As consumers of many of the products that Best Buy sells, we appreciate the high-end brands sold and the customer services provided, as well as the sustainability efforts taken in the past and present. It is always comforting to know that the places we give our money are also helping the community at large. And while Best Buy has been a domestic leader in e-recycling in past years, unfortunately, the vast majority of the products sold by Best Buy are not directly produced by the company itself. Instead, they are supplied by various popular names, such as Apple, Microsoft, Sony, Samsung, and many more. It is much more difficult for Best Buy to know all the steps of the supply chain, including the materials and technology used to create the products sold, considering the vast majority of the products sold by Best Buy are acquired from other companies. Therefore, it is difficult to track if any of the steps of the process are detrimental to the environment.
We recommend, in order to maintain your image as a leader in sustainability, it is in your best interest to join efforts and possibly create a coalition with your largest suppliers, such as Apple, Dell, and Microsoft. These are just a few examples of companies that place an emphasis on sustainability, as can be seen from the quote from Apple's website. Apple is a company that focuses heavily on impacting the environment for the better. This coalition of companies would have a lot of power to improve the technology industry, especially those companies that do not value the environment. For instance, many issues have been brought forth pertaining to Samsung and their lack of environmental focus. The company claims to value environmental sustainability in their mission statement, however, has blatantly disposed of toxic materials in the environment, and as you can see from this report above, they are far behind their competitors on a green scale. By joining efforts with other companies who share similar values, you as a company will be able to affect change and educate companies such as Samsung that have not implemented sustainable efforts to help the economy. We recommend that you work with Samsung and other suppliers of yours not practicing proper sustainability to influence change within their companies in order to show just how significant these efforts are to Best Buy.
Many of the products sold by Best Buy are mass-produced by factories for efficiency. However, many factories today are still operating on fossil fuels and other factors that can seep into nearby runoff and ultimately end up in the water supply. And let's not forget about the construction of these factories themselves, as well as many of Best Buy's warehouses, retail stores, and corporate offices that could be sitting on land that has heavy runoff and drainage into the water. For these reasons, we urge you to initiate further sustainable recycling practices to ensure that all waste, regardless of if it is recyclable or not, is properly disposed of. Outdated technology, too, can be a huge pollutant to water. So further improving Best Buy's e-recycling efforts and urging your suppliers to initiate these practices as well will help to avoid such large contributions to polluted water. Best Buy leading by example will help to establish a good reputation for the company's efforts towards sustainable practices, which is always a plus for business.
The materials used within many of the products sold at Best Buy are not only bad for the environment, but if not properly disposed of, can also lead to leakage into runoff. Again, improving waste initiatives as well as educating employees about the importance of these measures will help Best Buy make improvements in the amount of pollutants that are results of waste not properly disposed of. Perhaps signage around offices, retail stores, and factories for how to properly dispose of these products will help fewer mistakes to be made. Another option to eliminate the amount of plastic in our society is to urge suppliers to modify their technology designs to use more eco-friendly materials, such as glass, different polyester additives, milk protein, or liquid wood. These products are all readily available, and while the cost may come at a bit of a premium, investing in these materials will result in increased sales when Best Buy and its suppliers gain increased sales from the positive benefits they are giving to society. While the decision is ultimately up to your suppliers, Best Buy can influence these decisions by offering suppliers incentives if you adopt these sustainable practices.
Not only will failing to implement more sustainable efforts affect Best Buy's external stakeholders, similar to the other industries mentioned, but it will also affect us, the consumers and suppliers. It is important for Best Buy to consider the salience of both consumers and suppliers in order to determine how you should operate. We both hold economic power and therefore can refuse to buy and/or supply to Best Buy. If you do not take our recommendations into consideration, we as activists also hold informational power because we have the ability to use social networks to publicize any positive or negative actions a company is taking. Once again, we admire the effort you have put forth so far, but feel that by continuing to set more sustainability goals, you'll be able to create more shareholder value, which in turn will benefit Best Buy in more than one way.
As consumers, we recognize that this company is committed to making a difference through more than just technology, and that is appealing to customers. I want to purchase products from a store that I know is using their role in society to ensure the prosperity of our planet, and I believe that many other consumers feel this way too. As media is a huge influence in society, Best Buy improving their reputation through adopting these activities will also help generate media awareness, which can further pass around this message and benefit Best Buy even more through sales.
Now we are going to discuss how Best Buy is adopting more sustainable initiatives for the proper disposal of waste. Increased e-recycling and urging suppliers to do the same will benefit the community. Best Buy has done well to promote their message of enhancing lives through technology. However, there is also the opportunity to benefit the community. Many industries benefit from marine life and the overall health of our oceans, including fishing, tourism, and pharmaceuticals. These industries employ hundreds of thousands of people, whose jobs and overall well-being are jeopardized by water pollution. However, this can be changed. The effects of polluted oceans is obvious on the fishing industry, as productivity and efficiency are slowed with less marine life. Tourism is also heavily affected, due to the death of coral reefs and other once beautiful ocean sites. If water pollution continues at the current rate, the tourism industry related to water activities and boating will be nearly non-existent in 30 years. Lastly, many pharmaceuticals are now being derived from marine life, and have in turn benefited so many lives of those that are ill. Continuing water pollution jeopardizes this industry, which helps so many people.
In review, both of us, your customers and those at the Ocean Conservancy, urge you, as one of the largest retailers in the country, to further improve your e-recycling initiatives, as the waste coming from those products has a tremendously bad impact on the oceans. We urge you to push your suppliers to do the same thing, and recommend you modify their production processes of technology products and the materials they use. We hope that using those, Best Buy continues to push their supply chain to be more efficient and environmentally friendly. And overall, these production tasks will push Best Buy to further cut costs in the future, which will increase their profitability. So if Best Buy adopts more of these sustainability initiatives to weaken their contribution to the water pollution, and urges their suppliers and the public to do so as well, we can save these industries that employ, benefit, and save the lives of so many around the world. We'd like to thank you for your time, and finally, we ask you, as one of the largest retailers in the country with a tremendous influence, to consider what we have proposed today, so that we can once again make the oceans look like this, a majestic landscape. And we hope that we can minimize waste from operations and develop more sustainable technologies, considering all stakeholders. and this will lead to a reduction of risk and costs, an improvement of reputation for the company, an increase in innovation, and a clearer path to growth for the future. Thank you.